What's up, everybody? All right, it's episode 5, spoiler review of The Rings of Power. Lord of the Rings, Amazon Prime. So I did a watch-along or reaction to the last episode. I didn't do that for this one and get around to it, so I just wanted to do a full-on spoiler review. I watched the episode. I wanted to pay attention. Not that I didn't pay attention last week, but I wanted to dive in and see, because last episode was my favorite, for sure. This episode was fine. I think that's the thing with this show. I think there are a lot of people who just want to, it doesn't matter, even if the show is fantastic, just want to hate on it, and then there's other people who just genuinely don't like it. I'm not in either one of those camps, but it's fine. And then at $50 million an episode, I don't think that's what you really want. I think you want everybody saying this is awesome. I thought last episode was pretty awesome, to be honest. And this is nothing against the actors in general, but the Harfoots, man, it's like a balloon. It's the storyline. The guy fell from the sky. Could be Saruman, could be Gandalf, could be some douche on the loose with some superpowers who can freeze ice and almost killed one of the halflings. It just doesn't move the needle for me anytime that storyline's going on. I'm just kind of like, all right, let's wrap it up. Let's get to something else interesting. And what is interesting, the stuff with Elrond and the dwarves and that stuff to me is great. I think that's the most Lord of the Rings that this show feels when that's happening. And I think the relationship between the two of them, the idea of the reason that they need the mithril so much, and if it's for the elf survival and all that, I think that works. I think it works really well. That's stuff. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of stuff in this episode that really works well, and there's other stuff. I'm like, all right, wrap it up. Let's get to the next thing. And there's some sacrifice. We gotta at this point guess that that's not Sauron, because they flat out asked him, "Are you Sauron?" And he got pissed off and said, "It looked like he's just like, why do people keep asking me if I'm this guy? He's my guy. I'm the guy." That's what it seemed like, and it seems that what's his name? That Hal Brandon, whatever the hell his name is. He is. It seems like he's gonna be Sauron one way or the other. And the stuff going on with Isildur, I do like. I think they're really hammering down the point that he's kind of a mess up, and I like the idea of it, because it's just like he can get it done, but when he's supposed to get it done, he drops the ball. And isn't that the truth? That's ultimately what happens. I think they're setting that up pretty well. The slow motion shots, I'm getting bored with. The very end, we already know that Galadriel she's one of the best characters for me on the show, but we already know that she's regal. We already know that she carries a lot of respect. We know that. So the big, epic, music swelling, slow motion, her getting on the boat, it didn't have the same kind of merit I think they were trying to go for, the way like the Rings that Fellowship of the Ring did, when the slow motion, the shot comes in, how powerful it was and what the meaning was to get into this mission. And it's ultimately the same thing. It just doesn't hold the same gravity that movie did or that mission did. They're trying to, but I just don't. I get it. Plus, I think this is similar. There's a big argument going on, or discussion that was going on, and I asked this question when it came to like Andor, right? It was like, why do I want to see a show about a person I know the end to? Now, for me, Andor answered those questions like, oh, because you're showing this, and you're showing a different side, you're showing more people, and you're showing a very different thing that I'm interested in, and I really enjoy that show. So with this, it's harder because it's not just one person. It's like with Andor, to me, it was like, oh, I'm learning a lot more about the particular character. For this, it's like, I know that men win, and the elves win. I know that they win. I know that Isildur messes up and he should throw the ring into the thing. I know that happens. But ultimately, it's like, well, okay, I think it's the same answer, right? It's like, well, we want you to be attached to the other people you don't know enough about, so when they eat shit, that's when you care. Which they very well might do. They're not doing that with me with the Harfoots, because I couldn't give two shits about the Harfoots right now. And I love the Hobbits. Hobbits are some of my favorite parts of Lord of the Rings. The Harfoots just aren't working for me. I'm just not. I think the actors are great. I just don't. I'm just the characters right now. I'm like, I'm not attached to it, and it's like, yeah, okay, we get it. They like the big man from the sky. He's nice, and although he just tried to freeze me, but other than that, he's nice. We'll let him stay. I just found myself tuning out, and the other stuff. I think the stuff with the and I'm so stupid. For the first like 2 or 3 episodes, I thought that the dude, the elf, was from Lord of the Rings. He's not. He's from this show with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman, and he was really good in that show as well. And he's great. I love him in this show, and he's trying to just stick with it, man. Don't give up. Don't let despair hit you. And I like that aspect. That, you know, the mom's going on. We're just going to take the knee. Everybody else is taking the knee. Old man just took the knee, and then he sliced up one of our own. I got to take the knee. He's like, don't take the knee. He's like, I'll figure something else out. I know there's another way. She's like, tell me what it is. I like that scene. So there's a lot of things in this episode like I can pull from and say, it's a good scene. And then there's some things that just kind of weighs down. There's sometimes that conversations are happening, and I'm like, okay, I think we're hammering down the point that they can't trust Galadriel, and maybe that this is a sign that they should not go off to fight the war. It's like we went through that last episode. Let's not rehash the same thing over and over and over and over again. We get it. Trust me. We understand that they do not trust the elves. It's been hammered down, and I thought, well, but we don't have to keep doing it just to fill screen time. I mean, it's you're going to get that. Wow, but everybody says all the episodes of all these other shows are too short. Oh, by the way, there's a scene with the wolves in this episode with the halflings. It's for a $50 million show. This is some of the worst CGI I've seen. The CGI was so bad. I didn't mind the wolves last week. People were complaining about them. I didn't mind them. They were really bad in this one. Just cut the scene. Just cut it. It wasn't. We get it. The man from the sky fights off the wolves. Okay. But the main stuff that I liked the most was Isildur's journey, him trying to get back in favor with his dad, trying to get back. His buddy's punching him in the face, punching him in the stomach. He might as well punched him in the ball bag, but he punches it so many different times, and he's just like, all right, you kicked my ass. Can I come on your ship? He's like, nah, for your own good. I'm going to let you stay here. And he's not wrong. Isildur was running without him. Who knows if they win or not, but he's just so stupid. He tries to keep the ring for himself. Stupid asshole. But he's good in this. I like the actor in it. And his dad makes him clean up the horse shit at the end, and his friends get a kick out of it. But at least he gets on the ship. And I also like that scene a lot where he blows up the other boat, and the dude's like, I'm going to rat you out. Nah, I'm not going to rat you out. I can't rat you out. And he doesn't. Maybe he comes down the line. Who knows? But I don't know. Like I said, even there's a ton of stuff that I like in this episode, and I'll keep watching the show. Like this to me is a show that I still, because I like the fantasy realm a lot, and I like the world that we're playing in. I just wanted to really be blown away. And I know everybody's doing this, and I hate to do it, and I've done it too many times already, but I'm watching House of the Dragon right now, and I'm on the edge of my seat. And use another show that I'm not necessarily watching, but I hear people talking about it, and that's The Patient. And people are on the edge of their seat, just waiting. That's what I wanted to feel like with this. And I think that that's what they're attempting to do with this slow motion kind of epic music swell and all that stuff at the end. I'm like, yeah, you guys haven't earned that yet. That's me. You guys might love it. I don't dislike the show, though. I know there's a lot of people out there that either, want everybody to dislike it or just generally just don't dislike it. I just think that it's just not. I think that if I was spending $50 million an episode in this show, I'd be bummed that I'm not the show everyone's talking about. My show's not the show they're talking about all of the time, because this show seems to be getting lost in the zeitgeist. Maybe I'm wrong. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to hear it. I want to hear the thoughts. And if you're brand new to the channel, do me a favor. Go ahead and subscribe if you can. Hit that button. It's not there. It's right there. It's right over there. Not there. There you go. Right there. Boom. Hit it. Got it. Done. Subscribe to the channel. Help me out. I'm trying to get to 70,000 by the end of the year. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the show. And yeah, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Saturday, so nothing. Sunday, nothing. Well, that's not true. Sunday night, I'll have a reaction to House of the Dragon. Sunday morning, I'll have a review. And then it's back to the grind, baby. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate you. And we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.